Hi mga kawawmat! In this video, we will convert fractions to decimal form and percent form. So what will be our objectives? First, we will express rational numbers from fraction form to decimal form, and we will also express fraction form into percent form. So, let me show you again the family of rational numbers. So we have the integers and non-integers. So under integers, we have the negative integers and the whole numbers, where it includes 0 and the positive numbers. Under non-integers, dito papasok ang fractions, ang percent, ang decimals, na kung saan meron tayong dalawang kinds nito. We have the terminating decimals and repeating decimals under rational numbers. So first, what is a rational number? So a rational number is any number that can be expressed in the form A over B, or we can rewrite this as A divided by B. Ito po yung symbol na ginagamit natin for division. Okay? Where your A and B are integers and B should not be equal to 0. So, dapat ang B natin hindi mag-equal to sa 0 kasi magiging undefined siya. Alright? So, our focus for this video is we will convert or express fraction form into decimal form and percent form. And in our next video, so stay tuned sa ating next video, we will convert naman decimal form from decimal form to fraction form and percent form. So, in this video, we will just focus on the first part. So, yung fraction form, i-convert natin sa decimal form at percent form. Okay, so let us read. Okay, given this example, so notice that the numbers or the digits on the left side are whole numbers. So, etong nasa left side natin ay whole numbers. On the right side, ito ang ating mga decimal numbers. Okay? So, punta tayo sa mga place value nila. So, kapag sa whole numbers, dito papasok yung ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. So, take note doon sa ating mga spelling ha. Kapag sa whole number, it ends with S. Okay? So, dito po papasok kapag whole numbers, yung ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. So, ito po yung ones natin. Okay? Kapag sa decimal numbers naman, ito yung tens natin. So, starts with tens, hundreds, thousands. Okay? So, take note of our spelling. So, it's already THS kapag decimal. Okay? Now, paano naman natin babasahin itong point na to, itong decimal point? This is read as end. Okay? So, sige nga, identify natin yung ones, tens, hundred, thousands, and then sa decimals, identify natin yung tens, hundreds, thousands. Now, if you notice, bakit walang ones doon sa ating decimal numbers? Kasi ang ones natin ay palagi pong ito. Okay? Yung first number natin dito sa left side ng ating decimal point. Okay? So, let us identify the ones, tens, hundred, thousands doon sa ating whole numbers. So, ang ones natin ay 4. Ito po lagi ang ones natin. Ang tens natin ay 3. Ang hundreds natin ay 2. Ang thousands natin ay 5. Okay? And then, dun sa right side natin, ang tens natin ay 1. So, bakit tens? Kasi ito po yung ones natin. Okay? Ito palagi ang ones. So, ones, tenths, ang pinagkaiba niya lang yung spelling. Kasi this is already decimal. Ito po ay whole number. So, ito po ay tenths. And then, yung 7 natin, that is your hundreds. And then, yung 5 natin, that is your thousands. Okay? So, that's why kapag binabasa natin siya, paano natin siya babasahin? This is 5,234 and yung decimal point, 175 thousandths. Okay? Bakit thousands? Kasi ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. So, 5,234 and 175 thousands. Okay? So, ito po lagi ang ones natin. Okay, so let us try. So, ito po ay ones. Lagi po ito ang ones digit natin, ha? Ito po palagi. So, ones, tens. Okay, so this is already decimal. So, take note of your spelling. So, ones, tens. So, this is read as 7 tenths. Okay, hindi na po natin ilalagay na 0 and kasi wala naman tong value. Wala namang value ang ones natin. So, 7 tenths na lang. Okay, another. So, ones, tens, hundreds. So, this is for hundreds. Okay, next. This is ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. So, that is 125 kasi ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. So, 125,000. So, again ha, our spelling for decimal numbers, THS po. Okay? So, yung iba siguro nagtataka, bakit hindi 0 and no? Kasi wala naman tayong value sa ones value natin. So, kung meron siyang value, dun tayo gagamit nung end. Okay? Like this. Okay? So, paano siya babasahin? This is 5 and etong 8. Ano ang place value niya sa decimal? So, ones, tens, hundreds. So, 5 and 8 hundreds. Next. So, this is 25, ang ating whole number. So, 25 and, so bilang tayo, this is always your ones value. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000. So, this is 25 and 85 10,000s. Okay? So, that's how we read decimal numbers. So, again ha, this is always your ones value. Okay, so let us now convert fraction to decimal and percent form. Paano ba tayo mag-convert ng fraction to decimal? Also in percent form. Okay, so tatandaan kung paano natin siya binabasa, pwede natin siyang magamit kapag nag-convert tayo ng fraction to decimal and percent form. Okay, so halimbawa ito, this is 6 over 10. So ibig sabihin, tenths. Okay, so this is your ones. Dito natin ilalagay si 6. Bakit dito? Kasi ones, tenths. Okay? Another, this is 25 over 100. How will you convert this into decimal? So, since wala naman tayong whole number na kasama dyan, so 0 po ang ating ones value. So, this is ones, tens, hundreds. So, dito natin ilalagay si 25 kasi ones, tens, hundreds. So, ayun po siya. Next. So, this is wala tayong whole number dito. So, 0. And then, yung 9, pag dito natin nilagay si 9, magiging ones, tens. Okay? This is hundreds. So, anong gagawin natin? Malagay muna tayo ng 0. And then, 9. So, ones, tens, hundreds. Kasi over 100 siya. Okay? And then, the last one, we have ones. Lagay natin si 125 kasi ones, tens, hundred, thousand. So, 1,000 siya kasi 1,000 ang ating denominator dito. Okay, kailan tayo nagkakaroon ng value dito? Kapag meron siyang kasamang whole number. Yung kapag ang given mo dito ay mix. Okay, so meron itong value. Alright, now, mas madali mag-convert ng percent. Mas madali mag-convert ng percent kapag nakadecimal siya. Okay? So, ulitin ko, mas madali po mag-convert ng percent kapag naka-decimal siya. By the way, ito po ay ginagawa natin yung place value kapag ang denominator mo ay nasa power of 10. Pag sinabing power of 10, mas madali tayong mag-convert ng fraction to decimal. Okay? Bakit? Kasi kung paano natin siya binabasa. Okay? So, kung tens yan, ones tens. Okay? So, ito lang yung titingnan natin dito, yung denominator. So, ulitin ko, mas madaling mag-convert ng fraction to decimal kapag ang denominator mo ay power of 10. When we say power of 10, 10, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, ganon. Okay, now let us convert the given fraction to percent. Okay, so kapag na-convert nyo ang fraction ninyo into decimal, mas mabilis po natin siya mako-convert sa percent. Okay, paano gagawin? So, 0.6 times 100, since we are multiplying by 100, we can just move the decimal point 2 units to the right. So, 1, 2. Bilang ka ng dalawang beses. Now, since meron tayong space dito, lalagyan natin yan ng 0. So, ibig sabihin, 0.6 or 6 over 10 is equivalent to what percent? 60%. Okay? Diba yung decimal point natin dito ay nilipat na dito? So, ibig sabihin, nandito na yung decimal point natin. But, when we are writing percent o kapag ang point ninyo ay nandito na sa dulo, hindi na po natin siya sinusulat. Unless nandito siya in between your digits or dito before. Pero pag nandito na siya sa dulo, no need to write it. Okay? Next, so 0.25. So let's just move the decimal point 2 units to the right. 1, 2. So that is 25%. Next, 0.09 times 100. So let's move the decimal point 2 units to the right. 1, 2. So that is 9%. And then, 0.1 to 125 thousands times 100. So, that is 1, 2. So, yung decimal point natin, nalipat siya dito sa gitna ni 2 and 5. So, therefore, our percent is 12.5%. Okay. Now, ang question, kailangan ba i-convert muna natin yung fraction natin sa decimal para ma-convert natin siya into percent? Okay. So, ito po ang shortcut. Kapag ang given ninyo ay naka-power of 10, halimbawa ito, naka-power of 10 siya, madali nating makukuha yung percent. Paano? So, even without converting it into decimal, makukuha natin ang percent niya. Paano? We all know that a percent is always 100%, right? So, kapag nakita mo na ang denominator mo ay 100, just copy the numerator. Okay? So, kahit hindi mo siya i-convert sa decimal, makukuha mo pa rin ng percent kahit naka-fraction siya. If it is in the power of 10, kapag ang denominator mo ay power of 10. So, ulitin ko, ang percent natin is always 100. So, kapag nakita mo na ang denominator ay over 100, then just copy the numerator, that is the percentage. That is the equivalent percentage. So, therefore, this is 25%. So, ayun siya. Okay? And then this one, since naka 100 na siya, so, we will just copy 9. That is 9%. Okay po? Now, halimbawa, ito, kagaya nito, this is 10. So, how will you make it 100? So, ang gagawin mo, kailangan yung denominator mag 100. So, ano pong gagawin natin? You need to look for a multiplier or factor na imumultiply mo kay 10 para maging 100. So, ano po? Ano ang imumultiply natin sa 10 para maging 100? That is 10. So, kung anong minultiply mo sa denominator, ganun din sa numerator. So, we will have times 10. So, ang denominator natin ngayon, magiging 100 na. Ang numerator, 6 times 10, that is 60. So, since 100 na yung denominator natin, therefore, that is 60. 6 over 10 is 60%. Ayun siya. Okay? And then, this one, eto naman sobra-sobra. So, para makuha natin yung 100 sa denominator, anong gagawin? Divide natin siya by 10. Tama? So, 1,000 divided by 10, that is 100. Ito naman, 125 divided by 10. Kung ang pag-multiply ay going to the right, ito, move to the left. So, 10 lang siya, so move 1 once, okay? Isang beses lang. So, nandito na yung decimal point, kaya 12.5%. Okay. Now, paano kapag hindi naka-power of 10 ang ating denominator? So, paano natin siya i-convert sa decimal at sa percent? Okay? So, halimbawa, 3/4. So, kung yung iba familiar sa fractions, we all know that 3/4 is 0.75 or 75%, right? Pero I'm gonna show you how are you going to convert 3/4 into decimal form and percent form. Okay. So, 3 divided by 4, wala po tayong ibang method kundi yung long division. So 3 divided by 4 cannot be. So 0 yan. So we have 3. Now since hindi natin pwedeng i-divide nga ang 3, we will borrow. So magkakaroon na tayo ng decimal point dyan and then magbaborrow tayo ng 0. So bring down 0. 30 divided by 4, that is 7. 7 times 4, that is 28. Subtract. 30 minus 28, that is 2. Now, we cannot divide 2 by 4, so we will borrow again. And then, bring down 0. 20 divided by 4 is 5. And then, 5 times 4, that is 20. Minus, that is 0. So, therefore, 3/4 is equal to 0.75. Now, 0.75 is what kind of decimal? Terminating decimal. So, pag sinabi nating terminating, there is an exact representation. So, ano siya? Sakto. Okay? So, 0.75 is an example of terminating decimal. And then, so therefore, 3/4 is equivalent to 0.75. Okay? So, paano natin i-convert si 3/4 o 0.75 sa percent naman? So, ito yung fraction, ito yung decimal. How are you going to convert it into percent? So, lagi lang natin ita-times by 100 and then move the decimal point 2 units to the right. So, pag minove natin, 1, 2, so therefore, this is 75%. Okay, another example. So, ulitin ko, kung ayaw mong, kung ganito, halimbawa 4, hindi siya power of 10, okay? So, paano mo siya gagawin? So, think of a number, sabi ko nga kanina, na magiging 100 ang denominator mo. So, pwede ko siya i-times sa 25, right? So, ganun din ang numerator. So, 4 times 25, that is 100. 3 times 25, that is 75. So, therefore, it is 75%. So, ganun din siya. So, kapag ganun po, ang target po natin, maging 100 denominator. Okay? And the next, another example, 9/10. So, that is 9 divided by 10 cannot be. So, we will borrow. Bring down 0. So, 90 divide 10, that is 9. 9 times 10, that is 90. Subtract, that is 0. So, 0.9 is also an example of terminating decimal kasi it is exact. So, 0.9. 9/10 is equivalent to 0.9. Okay? In decimal form. So, 9/10 in fraction form, in decimal form, that is 0.9. Okay? Paano natin siya i-convert naman sa percent? Okay? So, ayan po. Lagi natin siya ita-times sa 100. Move 2 units to the right. So, move natin 1, 2. Since meron tayong bakante dito, lalagyan natin siya ng 0. Therefore, we have 90%. So, this is the fraction form, this is the decimal form, and then this is the percent form. Okay? Pag chinek mo, ones, tens, yun siya, 9/10. Okay po. Now, so ulitin ko, paano mo to i-convert sa percent, halimbawa hindi ka nag-decimal. So, 9/10, hanap ka ng factor na ang magiging result denominator mo ay magwa 100. So, ita-times natin siya sa 10. Ganon din sa numerator. So, we will have 100 and then this is 90. Kaya 90%. Okay. Now, let's have this one. So, 4/11. So, 4 divided by 11. So, 4 divided by 11, pwede na natin skip yung 0, 0 dito ha. Borrow na agad tayo. So, borrow tayo ng 0. 40 divided by 11, that is 3. 3 times 7, that is 33. Subtract, we have 7. Since we cannot divide 7 by 11, borrow tayo ng 0. So, that is 0. Bring down 0. 70 divided by 11, that is 6. So, 6 times 11, that is 66. Subtract, we have 4. Okay, hindi ulit pwede. So, borrow tayo 0. Bring down 0. So, 40 divided by 11, that is 3. 3 times 11, that is 33. Subtract, that is 7. Next, borrow ulit tayo 0. 70 divided by 11, that is 6. 6 times 11, that is 66, minus, that is 4. So notice that the process or yung solution natin keeps on repeating. Okay, therefore we can say that the quotient, our quotient is a repeating decimal. So pwede natin masabi since kung mapapansin nyo ang ating solution ay paulit-ulit. So we can say that 0.363636 is a repeating decimal. And then, when we are writing repeating decimal, we can make use of the vinculum. So, para hindi natin siya isulat ng paulit-ulit, ang gagawin natin, maglalagay tayo ng bar sa taas ng repeating blocks natin. Kung ano yung nauulit. So, ang nauulit natin dito ay 36, right? So, pwede na lang tayong maglagay ng box or bar. Rather, pwede tayong maglagay ng bar dun sa taas ng 36. Ito po ay tinatawag nating vinculum. So, gagamitin lang po natin ito kapag repeating decimal. Okay? Ang purpose nito is para hindi na natin siya isulat ng mahaba. Alright. So, therefore, 4 divided by 11 in decimal form is 0.363636 and so on. Okay? So, are we convert this into percent form? So, multiply natin by 100. So, we will move the decimal point 2 units to the right. So, 1, 2. So, malilipat ang decimal point natin dito. So, therefore, we will have our percent is 36.36%. Okay, you may check it using calculator. So, para ma-check nyo kung tama ang sagot. And then, another example. What if meron tayong negative? So, kapag nagdi-divide tayo, wag natin isama muna ang negative. Okay? Kasi pwede mo naman i-apply dyan yung rules ng division of integers. And that is negative kapag different signs. Okay? So, kapag nagdi-divide tayo, wag na muna natin i-include yung negative. So, 7 divided by 3, that is 2. 2 times 3, that is 6. Subtract, that is 1. So, 1 cannot be divided by 3. So, we will borrow 0. Bring down 0. 10 divided by 3, that is 3. 3 times 3, that is 9. So, subtract, that is 1. Borrow ulit tayo ng 0, bring down 0. So, 10 divided by 3, that is 3. 3 times 3, that is 9. So, bring down, subtract, that is 1. Borrow 0, bring down 0. 10 divided by 3, that is 3. And then 3 times 3, that is 9. So, what have you noticed? It keeps on repeating. So, this is also an example of repeating decimal. Okay? Now, since repeating siya, maglalagay na lang tayo ng dito, dots. Okay? Now, since difference yung ating dividend and divisor, so ano nga ang rule natin kapag nagdi-divide tayo ng integers, diba? Different signs, negative. So, tsaka lang tayo maglagay ng negative. Okay? So, negative 7 over 3 is equal to negative 2.33 na pwede rin nating ilagay, i-rewrite using the vinculum o yung bar. So, ano ang naulit dito? 3. Okay? So, kung 3 ang naulit, pwede natin siyang i-rewrite as negative 2 point. Ito po siya. Okay? So, negative 2 and 3 vinculum. So, ibig sabihin yung 3 natin, ito yung repeating blocks mo. Okay? So, this is an example of repeating decimal. So, therefore, negative 7 over 3 is equal to negative 2.33333 and so on. Now, we will convert this into percent form. So, we will multiply by 100. So, move the decimal point 2 units to the right. 1, 2. So, malilipat dito ang decimal point natin. So, therefore, the percent form is negative 233.33%. Okay. Let's have the last example. So, what if meron tayong whole number? So, anong gagawin? Separate natin yon. So, ibig sabihin, we have 2 and 1/4. Now, since this is already whole number, so ito na lang ang i-divide natin and then i-add na lang natin siya mamaya doon. So, let us compute for 1/4. Okay, yung mga nakakaalam na this is 0.25. Okay? Pero for the sake of maipakita natin dun sa iba, so how are you going to get 1/4. So, what divide natin? 1 divided by 4 cannot be. So, borrow tayo ng 0. So, we have 10 divided by 4, that is 2. So, 2 times 4, that is 8. Subtract, that is 2. Borrow ulit ng 0. 20, bring down 0. So, 20 divide 4, that is 5. So, 5 times 4, that is 20. Subtract, that is 0. So, therefore, our 1/4 is equivalent to 0.25. So, we will have 2 plus 0.25. Okay? So, yung 2 mo, and then yung 1/4 natin, which is equivalent to 0.25. So, therefore, we will have 2.25. Okay? So, 2 and 1/4 is equivalent to 2.25 in decimal form. How about in percent form? So, we will just multiply, we will just multiply 2.25 by 100 by moving 2 units to the right. So, move natin, 1, 2. So, mapupunta siya dito. So, therefore, what is our percent form? Magiging 225%. And that is our percent form. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned something. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell para updated kayo for more video tutorials. This is your guide in learning your math lessons, your Wow Math channel.